Morning Dean, morning Simon, morning Oliver. Hey, morning Tommy, what's going on, bro? Let's make some money. What's going on, Rob? Good morning, Ellery. Good morning, Daniel. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in, David. So who's ready to make some money? Let's make some money with these damn ICOs. Hell yeah! What's going on, Rob? La Red, what's going on? Hey, Chris. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Lou, what's going on, guys? Hope you're enjoying your day. Hey, Hasnell, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash that like button. Hey, Angela, how are you? Glad to see you in the course. You're an animal, Rob. You're an animal. Do you ever get any sleep, mate? So what's going on, guys? Guys and girls. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, Dipback, how you going, mate? So hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It's Friday today, and the weekend's coming. I forget what that feels like, but I'll just pretend for a second. No, let's not pretend, because every day is a weekend, and that's what happens when you can make money. You can do what you want in your life. You can do whatever you want. It's the best feeling in the world. Get up to do whatever you want. You decide to what you want to do, and I think that's one of the most awesome things about what we do. And we just keep on moving forward, and it's the problem with this space is finding a vehicle that's going to sustain itself. You know, finding a vehicle that's going to sustain itself. And by the time you cut through all the bullshit, and all the sharks and all the rats and everything that's out there, and actually get some sound advice, not hype, on shit that actually works. And when you find the holy grail, if you want to call it, or whatever you want to call it, right? It's something that just flat out works. Just stick with it and go to the moon with it. And that's what we're doing with ICOs. And it's a godsend. It's like, I never would have figured. I never would have thought. I just, you know, it's funny how things happen, right? Shit happens for a reason, right? And Rev Shares was good. I was making good money on it, but just wasn't sustainable. Just not sustainable, you know, long term, just not sustainable. So that's what you got to think of. In fact, I make about 500 to 550 bucks a day from mining, and I don't even look at my mining. Literally, I don't even look at it, because I'm so pumped up about ICOs that, like, I like mining, I like passive income, but the way I see it is, what can I get the most bang for my buck? And ICOs, hands down, pound for pound. If you were to throw, you know, in the ring with someone like, you know, you're coming up against like a heavyweight like Tyson, and you know, and he's fighting someone else, like, you know what I mean? Like, pound for pound. I mean, ICOs. I mean, you can 10x an ICO. It's just absolutely nuts, the return on your investment. Now, that takes some work and needs to find those ones, and right now the pickings are very ripe, very, very ripe, and we're very, very fortunate. But here's the thing. You have to make the most of it now. You have to make the most of it now, because who knows where it's going to be in a year or 2 years' time. You know, it could be regulated, or it could be so many people getting into them that you can't get into them, or they're going to tighten up the measures, or, you know, they're always going to be around, but it's like anything. When something starts first, the pickings are always the at the ripest in the beginning, right? And then it starts to dilute. So we've been fortunate enough to get some killer ICOs, killer ICOs, and there's some really good ones coming up this January, February. There's some big ICOs, and we're going to hit all of them, and we're going to make money with all of those ones, right? We're going to make some money, make the most of it, 10x that shit, and move on to the next, right? Build your cash reserves up, and by the end of 2018, you could pay off your debt, you could pay off a house, leave your job. I mean, all this shit is real. It can happen, right? Hey, Ralph, how you going? Hey, Janice, how are you going? Hi, Lou. Yeah, that's right, Ralph. We'll find a way. So, I mean, I told you guys about Binance Coin, right? And I was like, oh, man, it was $8.50, $8.60, right? And I'm just like, you got to buy this coin. And here I am. I didn't buy it because I bought Tron. And Tron's going down, but it's going to go back up. So whenever it goes down, it's going to go back up, guys. Okay. At the moment, we're getting sort of smashed with alts. So don't worry about it too much. But where I see Binance, it's still got like Binance or BNB is the Binance coin, okay? So you get 50% commissions when you trade off Binance. There's a few other perks, I'm not sure, but that's mainly the thing. Like your fees are 50% of if you hold certain number of Binance coins. Now the Binance coin is obviously going up in value because millions of people are joining Binance. They opened up registration for 24 hours. And 240,000 people joined Binance because they're all exiting from the US exchanges, because every transaction, if you're in the US, is taxable, and you need to keep a log of this. It's just a totally ludicrous law, but this is the law right now, right? This is absolutely ludicrous. Politicians and bureaucrats that don't even know what a blockchain is are creating these laws to capitalize and to basically, in my opinion, penalize crypto, Bitcoin, and all that sort of stuff. So that's the deal. If you don't pay your taxes on every transaction, you'll go to jail if you're in the States. So everyone's like, well, screw that. We're all going to move over to Binance. Binance is the fastest growing, if not the biggest, exchange in the world right now, and it's back. They've got their own token. Okay, it's called a BNB token, and I see this going very, very far. I see this being at $100 coin. This is just my opinion. Very soon, it's at $24. And again, I was talking about this when it was $8, and I didn't buy it. Right, so I decided to, because I totally forgot about it and bought Tron. But, I would have made a lot more money. But, you know what? It's still early on in the game, in my opinion. So I bought it yesterday at $8.65, I think it was. You can see how much I got there. So you can see my balance. $18 something. Okay, that's my balance there. See? So you can see my balance. I'm not saying this stuff and then, so that's it there. So I'm about 3,566 profit. And I bought it yesterday. So $17.48. That's what I bought it at. And I spent 10 grand, and I sold some PBL. So I was made some profits of PBL. I think 11,000 profit. I bought PBL at 35 cents, and it did get slaughtered the last day or so because of Alta dropping, right? So I bought this at 35 cents. I bought 4,000 at 35 cents, and it went to, well, it's $2.61. So I sold $6,000 worth, 5,000 I think. All up, I sold PBI and I sold HTS, the decision token. And I took that 10 grand from the profits. Not all. I didn't. I basically took 50% profit out of the decision token, HST, and I took 50% profit out of Publica. So I'm still up 50% profit. And then I bought the BNB token. So the way I see it is this is all free money to me, right? And I bought it at $17.48. You can see it in my current account here, right? It's sitting right now. The balance is right there. So this cost me 10 grand, and so I'm a bit late to the party with this one, guys. You know, I admit that. If I would have taken my own advice and not bought Tron, but I'm still happy with Tron. Tron I still bought at 7 cents, right? It's gonna go up. They just done a partnership. You just have to ride it out, right? But BNB, I'm still up. You know, I'm still up profit on it. So you know. That's what we're doing. We're making money, guys, right? Obviously, this is just numbers at the moment. If I sold it, but that's my net cost, 10 grand, and I'm profit, right? Obviously, it's still digital money. Once I cash out, It's profit, but it's there. It's like sitting right there, right? You know what I mean? So what I'm doing is I'm just sort of juggling around. I'm going to shave some more profits of other things, and then what I'm going to do is this BNB token. I think can go to $100 fairly soon. So I was seriously thinking about putting some more money into it, but I don't think it's too late. It's not too late. You know, like I said, I bought it at $18, $17.48. I'm still make money. I just think that the later you come into it, the more you're going to have to put into it. You know what I mean? To make the profit. So if you come into it and it's $50, you got to drop like something like 20 or 30 grand to make it worth it. So then when it goes to $100, you double your money. You know what I mean? So as the price goes up and up, you're going to have to put more and more to make more money, you know? That's the thing. So if you get in early, you don't have to put as much in. So that's what I did. All right. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to juggle around and take profits when I can from certain other altcoins that, I got in early, whether they're post ICOs or whatever, and then spreading my portfolio into other coins, which can make me money, right? Because there's a lot of coins out there, post ICO coins, which you can make a lot of money from. And this other one too is like, this is just, it's just blown out of proportion, this one. It's KuCoin. Again, what's driving KuCoin and Binance is the mass exodus. KuCoin was only $3.23 last week. That's how crazy it is. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into, I want to snap up some of these altcoins while they're cheap now. Because where I see them is I've made money from my profit. I can then get into these ones and snap up these altcoins, right? And then just spend it's like what I did with Publica, right? I bought it at 35 cents. I spent $980 and I was up 11 grand. So that's what you can do with these coins, right? So I'm going to rattle off a few now, which I think are promising. Again, do your own due diligence, but I still think they're cheap, and you've got to look at it long term. You can't just buy into these things and then look at it in a week, go, oh, it's gone down. You have to, if you're going to buy into these, you have to look at these long term, like 6 months, because right now they're still cheap in my opinion, right? So even KuCoin, KCS is still cheap in my opinion. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm going to do when I get around to it. All right. I've already got Red Pulse, so I'm not going to buy any more. Although you could buy more if you wanted. I bought it at 2 cents, so I'm already sitting on profit. I'm not going to. So Qcoin's still got long legs. I've got my Red Pulse. I'm not going to buy any more. All right. Ray Blocks, I think it's still got long legs. It's a good project. All right. So that's XRB. This AI coin or whatever it is, I haven't looked at that. I've got to look at that. Deep Brain, it's already done a 50x in ICO. I think I will buy some of that. Dencoin, I got into the ICO and I sold it a long time ago. I'm not going to get into that. SNMV, don't even know about that. Can, I bought some Can, right? So I bought 5 grand of Can. All right, it's an e-commerce type of messaging. I think it's a messaging thing. I can't remember, but it's it looks promising. Okay. This is it here. The world's first player marketplace. That's it. So they got multiple things going at once in Can, and it's a community that uses tokens, that sort of thing. So look into it. I think it's worth. There it is. There they've already got prototype and everything. Like it's already come to. The ICO is already finished. Okay, I didn't get into the ICO. So I bought into the Post ICO. So I still spend money on this stuff. Even though I miss stuff, I still think it's... If I can make money with this stuff, I'll buy it. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm only going to buy into it if I think it's got long legs. That's when I'm going to buy into it. If I think that it's already done its course, I'm not going to buy into it. So anyway, I bought some Can. Dragon Chain, yeah, I still think it's got more legs. I didn't buy into the ICO in that one. I missed that one. LA Token, I missed. Sorry, I already bought into the ICO, sold it. I'm not going to go back there. I think Aeon's still very good. All right. Pole, I bought Pole, and then I sold it off. That's Clear Pole. I don't know. Maybe throw $500 at that. Again, there's many of this stuff you could go into. Just depends on how big your piggy bank is. Neo, you could buy that. This one here, Ven. This is like Wabi. I think it's like Wabi. So this does VeChain. Okay, so this is like a Wabi, similar to a Wabi. All right. Okay, they're rebranding now. So if you don't know what Wabi is. It's just like basically blockchain to authenticate products. Wabi deal with baby food and mainly food, but VeChain is going into other things as well, not just food. So I think this is actually a good project. They're going through a rebranding apparently. So look out for this one. Okay, VEN. Obviously, I got Power Ledger. This one here, SNM. I'll have to have a look at that one. Modem, already bought Modem. Sold that. QSP bought into that. Sold that. Actually, I'm still holding some. I re-bought into it. Substratum bought into that. Sold that. I'm holding HST. PBL, I'm holding. Raiden Network, maybe a little bit more long legs in that one. Maybe it's worth a small investment. I don't know. Archain, yeah, I think that's a good one as well. All right. I didn't buy EOS, although people, if they bought into EOS, and $1.60 are now licking their chops. I think this one's a good one too. Genesis Vision. I think I got 2 tokens, but I think I kind of missed the boat on this one. But that was an ICO that was so underrated, it was ridiculous. They only raised like $2 million, and Genesis Vision, it's just one of those ones that it just came through. You know what I mean? It just exploded. It was only like $5 or $6 just recently. Let's just look at the actual main sale. See, they only raised 2 million of 23 million, and It's already done a 7x. Yeah, the Genesis Vision was $1. Hang on. No, this is old information. So the main sale was $1. That's nuts. So the main sale was $1. It's now $26. So it's done a 26x Genesis Vision, right? Because I think they burnt the tokens after the ICO because it didn't raise fuck all, right? So this is an absolute steal, this one. Right? This is absolute steal if you got into this at the ICO. Shh! Freaking dogs barking. So anyway, so they're the ones to think about on Qcoin. Excuse me, on Qcoin, which is an upcoming ICO. Chain! Fucking dog. Anyway, whoops. Get rid of that. So, hang on a second. So it just basically comes down to your budget, right? You have to kind of figure out these coins. There's a lot of opportunity into them, but if you put money into them, the way I'm looking at it is, if I put money into them, that's money I can put into ICOs. So it just comes down to look. I think that this selection of coins I just told you about is a good selection, and I would rather put my money in those than put it in Bitcoin. I just think you're going to get a faster return. But I did this transaction yesterday, right? And it took I transferred some Litecoin out of my Exodus account into my Trezor account, and it literally took 2 seconds. And I thought to myself, that's really interesting. Litecoin is like, everything about Litecoin is just so right. The transaction fees are cents on a dollar. And you got Bitcoin, which is basically, Litecoin's a fork of Bitcoin, and it's got so many problems. It's got so many issues. The problem with Bitcoin is there's so many people with their own agendas with Bitcoin, because it's got so big. There's so much money in Bitcoin, the value of Bitcoin. It's a power struggle. People are just, I want this to go this way, I want it to go this way, and they're forgetting about the purpose of Bitcoin. But then I look at Litecoin and I think, Litecoin has got everything and so much better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be there, but the reason why it isn't is because I'm talking about the usability of Bitcoin. Wait hours for a transaction and pay stupid fees like over $100. I had to pay some affiliate commissions to pay $500 in commissions, and it's going to cost me over $100 to send that. Now I did the same in Litecoin, and it cost me nothing, literally nothing, like 14 cents, 13 cents, or some stupid amount that's so small. So I'm thinking, these are both cut from the same cloth, but Litecoin is so much faster and cheaper, right? They've already incorporated the Lightning Network, but Bitcoin is so far behind because of all these agendas of other people, and I think, man, you could go and buy a cup of coffee with Litecoin and it'd be improved in seconds, and then you could walk away with your coffee, and you could buy a $3.50 coffee, and it would cost you like 1 or 2 cents in transaction fees. This is why Bitcoin was created, right? But because of the politics and the bullshit that is going on with Bitcoin, they're forgetting about the reason why it was created. And Litecoin is just, in my opinion, it's so far, it's miles ahead, but it hasn't been a mass adopted, So anyway, going back to these coins, so do I take the coins? Do I take these altcoins? Do I put more money into these altcoins, or do I focus on putting more in the ICOs? That's the dilemma, because there's probably about 5 or 6, 7, 8 ICOs I want to go into heavy. So at the moment I'm juggling. This bloody dog keeps on barking. Baby, can you get Chang to shut up? So anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about, is people that are people that are sprouting about, hey, join this 1 cent ICO, right? Join this 1 cent ICO. This is what I really, honestly, whenever there's a good thing happening, there's the make money online crowd is always going to come along and fuck it up. Seriously, right? Because it's the same mindset of these people that I want to get rich. I want to get into a 1 cent coin. It's going to go to $100 and I'm going to be filthy rich. So this is the same mindset of these people that are in make money online programs, and now they're coming and weeding their way into the ICO space, but they're bringing that same trash and garbage in their head into the ICO space. Hey, I'm going to buy a 1 cent coin. I'm going to be filthy rich. I don't know why the hell I'm buying into this stuff. We saw it with Electronium, right? I don't know why what the hell I'm buying into, but I'm going to buy into it because Joe Blow said I'm going to buy into it. Guess what? You got lucky with Electronium because it pumped so hard, and so many people got into it. And like, I would say most of those people don't even know why they even bought it. They just bought it because someone told them to, and it was 1 cent, right? That's the reason why they bought it. So I got pumped to the max, and lucky that you were able to make some money. But now that's happened, right? It's just like these lending programs, and it's just like BitConnect, and it's just like all these other programs, right? They make money with it, and now they think that they'll take that same model and they'll go and do it with the next because they got lucky with one, right? So now you see lending programs are all failing because BitConnect was the one that started it all, right? And the first one that starts it creates that niche, and then a lot of people made money from it, but now it's failing, right? And people are exiting and getting into these new ones. But there's so many of these things popping up that they're losing their they're losing their flavor. They're losing their they're diluting. That's because there's so many of them. And there's some that are scamming as well. So this is the thing with these ICOs now. You're seeing the make money online crowd go into it, and they don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just buying it because there's a referral link, which is what they do, and then they're buying it because it's 1 cent. They don't have the 1 cent token is great because it's low cost, but it's irrelevant to the token metrics. So if I ask these people why did you buy into it? They'll probably say no, or it was a good idea, or my friend sent to. If I was to ask them, do you know anything about token metrics? They would have no clue. They don't have no clue. It doesn't matter if it's 1 cent or it's 20 cents. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is the circulating supply. Right? You got to understand that. Limited supply means more. Means the token is more valuable, right? But then you've got the hard cap as well. So if the hard cap is large, you pretty much, it's the lower the hard cap, the better off the actual token in the ICO price, right? Through the ICO crowd sale. So there's a lot of things you need to know about this stuff. But just going into an ICO because it's 1 cent, to me, that it just signifies that people have no clue what they're doing. And this is the thing that is happening in this space. It's the same shit, all right? And that's what I see what's happening. And I tell people, get some education on this stuff because you're putting money into this stuff and you have no clue what you're even doing. You're listening to unqualified people, So yeah, this is what's happening. You can just go on Facebook and you'll see it all, okay? It's the same shit. It's the same mindset. I'm going to get rich with no work and I'm going to do nothing and I don't have to learn anything and I'm going to be a billionaire. This is the mindset of these people. I hate to break the news to you, but there's only, a certain amount of billionaires in the world. And do you think that any of them got rich doing no work, buying a 1 cent token. Seriously, are there millionaires or billionaires out there that bought a 1 cent token? I don't know any of them, you know. Maybe one got extremely lucky, but it's not a business model to base our financial decisions on. So when I see these people talking about 1 cent coins, I immediately know that they have no clue what they're talking about. And that's a shame, because it's spreading like a cancer in this environment, right? And when I tell people, when I talk about this stuff, right, I get called a hater, and I get called like, oh, you're attacking me. Dude, don't post this crap, right? Because you're part of the reason that's part of the problem. You're spreading this hype, and you're spreading this, and you're getting people into this stuff, and you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. You're just doing it because you want the referral cushion. So I'll tell you that you're full of shit, and start buying or getting into ICOs for the right reasons, not because you just want to plug your referral commission, right? And this is what I'm seeing happening over and over again, and it's the same crowd, right? It's the same crowd. So what we're doing is we're going to the Chiang Mai seafood festival today, right? So I'm gonna go and stuff my face with seafood, and that's happening today. It's happening right now. In about I don't know, half an hour. When I get off this, I'm gonna have a shower, and my girlfriend and I are gonna go to the Chiang Mai food festival. We're gonna stuff our face with seafood, because even though seafood is like it's plentiful here in Thailand, it's still cheaper than it is in Australia, but it's not much cheaper. Like, people would think that it's dirt cheap, but it's not. It's not dirt cheap. Seafood is like seafood, right? It's expensive shit, you know. In Asia, everyone eats seafood. It's like it's one of those things that every Asian just loves seafood. When we were in Australia, we went to Sofitel, and we had this seafood. It was $100 a head. We got it for $50 because we had a discount, and I think I did a post on it. I stuffed myself with bugs, which is basically like it's like a Moreton Bay bug. It's like a small version of a lobster, you know, and it's only like, I don't know, as big as your palm. Right? It's about this big, and then they cut it down the middle, and it's just all meat, and you can pull out the tail, and it's like a mini lobster. And it's just all meat, and that's what we had. I had like 2 plates of that shit. So seafood in Chiang Mai, in Thailand, it's not as cheap as you think. It's still cheaper than Australia, but it's not dirt cheap, right? So you're probably going to pay 3/4 of the price, in my opinion. That's what I've discovered anyway. So it's still prawns and crabs and lobsters and shit. They do it all. They do it all on the fire, and it's really good. So anyway, looking forward to that. That's going to happen today. So I might even do a video later. We'll see. So yeah, the thoughts around mining news and China ban. Look, we don't really know what's happening, but I sold all my Bitcoin. So I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I sold my Bitcoin. I'm not going to take a chance. I mean, yeah, they also mine Litecoin and Dash, but I don't know. I've been really turned off Bitcoin lately because of the transaction fees and the slowness of the network. And I've just basically put a lot more money into ICOs and altcoins. This is just me personally. So yeah, If there was a China ban with mining, they've already banned exchanges, they've already banned ICOs. If they ban mining, the price of Bitcoin is going to plummet. It's going to plummet, which means someone else is going to have to take the slack. But 70% of Bitcoin is mined in China. So what's going to happen if it does happen? I mean, it hasn't happened. it may not happen. But if it did happen, the transaction fees would be like ridiculous, and you would have to wait a week. So there wouldn't be enough machines out there to process the transactions. So people are going to pay a higher price to get their transaction mined, and it's just not going to be feasible. People are going to exit us from Bitcoin, and they're going to go into these other altcoins or other cryptocurrencies like IOTA, Cardano, you know, all these other ones, Litecoin, all this. The value of Ethereum, all those will increase. Once Ethereum goes to proof of stake, you know, it's going to be a massive, massive price rise. So it's not going to need proof of work. It's not going to need machines to mine it. It's not going to need GPU miners to mine Ethereum. It's going to be all proof of stake. So, you know, it's something to consider in the future. But China have said that they want to put a halt or make it hard for Bitcoin miners. Tax them with electricity, make them, you know, just give them basically a hard time, because they see Bitcoin as a threat. Lending programs are popping up more than Elvis singers. I'll show you a site, right? This is a site that I came across from one YouTuber, right? And this has got all the lending sites on it. This is funny. Have a look at this. ICOreview.site, right? This has got all the lending programs. These guys are put together. No thanks. I don't want updates. Thank you. Freaking want updates. But these are all the lending programs, right? Have a look at this. These are all lending programs. And at the bottom, right? Get this. Look at this. At the bottom, it's got all the scam ones that scammed. Oh, so these are the ones that are scammed, and then these are the ones that are very low, very so basically, what's happening with lending programs is now they've gone through this phase that okay, you had your Regal coins and you had your, you know, whatever coins that pumped in the beginning because it was all new, but now they're sort of losing their flavor, right? They're losing their shine because most of these lending coins, there's no team, there's nothing, no one's visible. It's all just smoking mirrors, right? And they're going through this phase. Now, if you want to engage in this stuff, yeah, fine. Go knock yourself out, you know. But you're taking a massive, massive risk. It's just basically like gambling. I'd rather go to the casino and put, you know, $75 on Zikbo and have a 50-50 chance than go into lending programs. So that's what's happening in this space. These lending scam programs, like look at all these scam ones here now. When you're putting money into stuff that there's no team, no one's visible, some of them don't even have a white paper, you know, they can't be tracked, they're anonymous. I mean, you're an idiot. Seriously. It ain't getting my money. Like, you're throwing money at someone and you don't even know who that is. You know what I mean? It's ludicrous behavior, right? When you can go into legit ICOs, people have made millions of dollars in legit ICOs, guys. Millions of dollars. You know, and this is the thing that is absolutely exciting. You know, it's all legit. It's all above board, guys. You know what I mean? So these tokens have taken a bit of a hit lately. But all the alts are down, okay? So no, don't sell. Don't panic sell. Just hold until it'll go back up. If you panic sell, then you're going to lose money. Just hold. So that's pretty much it, guys. I got shit to do. We got to go to the seafood festival and go pig out. But the thing is, right, guys, we've been going to the gym. We've been going to the gym now 5 days in a row, and we're to continue that. I've got to lose 10 kilos. That's what I want to do this year, and I can already feel it now. every time I've been sweating like a pig. But there's still a long ways to go, right? So I've definitely, just this last week, I feel a lot better. My body's a bit tired because, you know, running and doing weights. But I think just because we're initially getting into it, my body's got to adjust. But after about, you know, sort of 1 month mark, my body's going to be more adjusted, and then I'm going to start to feel a lot better and get more stronger. And my goal is to lose 10 kilos. That's what I want to do. So I'm excited about this stuff, but, you know, we're going to go eat some seafood. So, you know, just have a bit of a relaxing time. So other than that, guys, if you've got any more questions, I'm going to leave it at that. And so just have a look at, just, you know, what I said in this live stream today. Have a look at it. Have a look at the coins I mentioned. Keep an eye on BNB. All right, I think this is going to the moon. Right, it's not too late to get into it. All right. Hang on a second. Let me find it. BNB. Here it is. Here. All right. Buy the dip. Right. So here, this is a buying opportunity here. When a dip just dipped like, you know, a minute ago. Right. Buy the dip, and when it goes back up, you could sell or hold. Right. But just buy the dip. What they say is buy the fucking dip. That's it. All right. I think this is a long-term coin, and I think it can go to $100 very soon, which will mean I'll turn my 10 grand into 50 grand. That's what I want to do with it. Which is, you know, it's better than, I mean, I've already waited long enough. I don't want to miss out any longer, right? So I'm up 3,800 now already from yesterday. Whoop. Yeah, 3,800 yesterday. Spent 10 grand. I'm up 3,800 profit. So it is what it is. So with that said, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're on YouTube. Smash that like button, or just leave a comment. And once this finishes, if I missed comments, what I'll do is I'll go back and answer your questions after the live stream's finished. Okay, if I can. All right. So, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thanks for tuning in.